All right, so this has to be the sexiest looking thing I have got to test in 2021, and that is the Icarus Precision SIG SOCOM grip module. Well, thanks for coming back, everybody. I hope you all have been having a good end of the year. It's getting really close to that January 1 of 2022, which I'm kind of excited for, to just be done with 2021. So we're gonna be talking about the SOCOM grip from Icarus Precision for your SIG P320. Now, for those of you that may be new to the P320, these grip modules are just pieces of plastic, or in this case, aluminum, which has been very highly and nicely machined. You put your trigger pack in there, you put your slide on it, and you go to work out on the range. So when it comes to these things, I have tested a bunch of these different grip modules at this point. So besides the SIG factory versions you're gonna get with a P320, depending on the model, I have tested the X Full, which come on the X5 version like that. I have tested, of course, the Wilson Combats, which is a great grip. A lot of people love those. The Polymer 80 version, which are absolutely awesome. Great ergonomics, great feel to them. And then, of course, the standard X versions on the Tactinana, which you'll see right here, which is the Martha Stewart 2A Project Gone Wrong. Tried to dye it orange, it came out yellow, looking like a Chiquita banana. One day we're gonna build that, just not yet, because I have not figured it out. So I've got to test a bunch of different grips. No, I have not tested the AXG Scorpion version from SIG directly yet. Had my hand on one, but I didn't get a chance to take it out to the range. So this thing, absolute work of art when it comes to grip modules, and it feels like nothing else I have had the chance to use out there. But all that good comes at a cost, because this is substantially more expensive and all of those other options that I showed you here today, but it does perform. Pocket reloads, baby. Pocket fucking reloads. All right, so get ready to put your hand over mine as if you could feel this through me. So we're gonna take a good up close look at all of the intricate detail that Icarus did put into this lower grip module. And of course, we're gonna talk about that gas pedal right there, because it does make a very nice difference out there on the range. All right, let's take a really good look at this Icarus Precision grip here up close. Yes, there are holsters for this thing out there. This is by HCM. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but you're gonna need a specific holster if you have like a gas pedal on there, and then it's a little different here. So one of those custom things if you should be interested in something like that. Let's talk about this thing from magwell to muzzle, or from the feeder to the spitter right here, because there is a lot going on with this grip. Let's talk about that flared magwell first. Plenty of workable space right there to get that magazine up in there, even if you're a little bit off. Lots of flare on that thing, and it really does a great job of lining up with your hand, both in the side and the back strap area, to keep your hand right where you want it when you are out there actually using this thing. So it'll take the standard mags, it takes the big 21 round Pez dispensers like that. You can see fits in there awesome. You got to make sure your mags will fit into that grip. Talking about that texture, we've got some very nice texture going on all the way around here. They put texture everywhere, and I'm a huge fan of that because every little bit helps. Got that sweet little kind of Death Spade logo right there, awesome. And the texture here does change, so it's a little bit directional. So you've got it going kind of side to side here, up and down here, but then it kind of changes intermittently around that grip. And I gotta tell you, it's comfortable, but it is a lot of grip to get a hold of. Coming up from there, you're gonna see deep depression right here for the side of your palm to get into, right like there. So you can get a very tight grip on this thing. Coming forward, we do have a single finger groove right there, you can see. Now, I'm normally not a fan of finger grooves, but the way this is, it like sucks your finger up in there when you've got a grip on this thing, unlike any other one that I've felt. So just fits absolutely perfect right there. Goes up into that double undercut, which has a good amount of texture right there to keep you holding on to this thing under recoil. And then every angle of this, so every corner, everything that looks like a hard edge anywhere has just been beautifully rounded off to the maximum. So there are no points, there are no hard edges. Everything has been just rounded off extremely well. Because originally seeing pictures of this, you know, I thought like, man, there's a lot of hard angles there. They did a phenomenal job machining this thing. So I want to say this grip weighs like 8.9 ounces. This thing is hefty. I mean, it turns this thing into a 2-pound gun. Pretty hilarious. So we do have a little bit more texture up on the front, and then we've got some, you know, some relief cuts here. You got some relief cuts up on the side. You do have the pick slot, which is the pick rail up here, which is the 1913 size. You got plenty of room for anything you want to put on here. And again, you can see the work they have done. They have just smoothed everything out everywhere you might get your hand, right? So phenomenal job there. This is the X carry slide on here, but you can fit a full-size slide on here. You can get the longer grip versions. So overall, awesome. You see their logos on there are very, very tastefully and well done. I'm not a huge fan of big logos. They've done an amazing job of putting them in places where they're very minimal, okay, but they look very, very good, especially that spade on there. So overall, really cool looking setup here. Now, talking about that gas pedal, the thing is awesome. Looks kind of gnarly knobby, right? But the ability to have your thumb in there just does a great job out on the range. Very nice texture work right up in here, but it does add that width, okay? So you are adding quite a bit of width here as compared to the factory, you know, retaining pin right there, a breakdown pin. So, you know, you're gonna give a little bit when you go for that. It does fit in some holsters, but it didn't fit in all my holsters for the P320. That's why HCM sent this one out with this. And this came from actually one of my Patreons. So huge thank you to Antonio, one of my Patreons who actually sent this thing out. Absolutely awesome. So also got the window right there for your serial number because this is the SIG Custom Fire Control Unit. Other than that, the grip is just outstanding. They got that big old beaver tail on it right there, which really gets up in there. A little bit of a slope upward to it right there, as you can see, but it feels quite nice. Very, very wide on the back end right here. So right in this area, it has like a, kind of like a locking block or something. You can see those 2 torque screws in there. So that's where your actual fire control unit locks in. So pretty cool that they did that. Don't know how they would have made that with trying to machine that out. So they put a secondary piece that's actually like a locking block in there to retain that. Overall, very cool design. Let's talk about a couple other things here, and specifically, let's talk about the cost, the performance, and why. It's just sexy, isn't it? So out of curiosity, I really want to know what your favorite grip module is. Is it the P80? Is it the X? Is it the factory? Is it the AXG, their metal version? Is it something like this, or maybe that Wilson Combat, or maybe another that I have not heard of? So there are a lot of options out there for the SIG platform right now because of the modularity of that fire control unit. So let's talk about why. Why would we do something like this to our 320 that we already may have spent a good amount of money on? Well, why not? And because we can. Those are my answers for right now. But moving into one of the real reasons is because there is a significant performance gain out of this grip module. One, the grip module weighs like over 8 ounces. That adds a lot of weight to take away that felt recoil impulse. The angles and ergonomics of this are definitely better for sure. The grip just seems to kind of suck your hand right in with the way that it's designed up under the trigger guard and everything right there. Literally just pulls my hand up high and tight in there and wants to keep it there. So they've done a really good job on the ergonomics of it, and that performance is very noticeable out on the range, especially when you are just, you know, flexing on that ammo a little bit these days and doing a mag dump. Now, adding to that performance is gonna be that gas pedal. It does make a difference having that ability to just jam your thumb on that thing to keep that recoil impulse down. Problem is when you put something that sticks out that far from the side of your frame, you might not be able to find a holster. So lucky enough, Angry Sarge over at HCM Holsters, they actually make specific holsters, whether you're looking for outside the waistband, inside the waistband, for SIGs equipped with not only the Icarus grip, but if you wanna have that gas pedal on there, because it does add a little bit of width to the overall pistol. So if you're looking for something like that, HCM Holsters will have you covered. You can see mine is rigged up for a duty belt, but they've got several different options, so you can check them out. All right, so the part everybody has been waiting for, what's the pound of flesh cost us for the SOCOM grip from Icarus Precision? It almost hurts me to say it. $299 for this, and it's like $330 for the full size one, which would be the equivalent of the X grip, so the X full right there. That is a pretty penny. That's a lot of money when it comes down to it for an accessory, right? That's as much as a good optic. That's as much as a hollow sun or something like that. So there's some cost to it. But again, let's go back to that why. It adds performance, it looks cool, you like it, and because we can. So there are other reasons there, just other than the fact that it is literally a work of art. There is a performance gain there between the undercut, the way it comes in, the grip texture down here, the angles of it, all that stuff comes into play. But 300 bones, right? 300 plus bones if you got the full size one. But when you think about it, the AXG grip module from SIG is $330 as well. So if you're gonna buy something cool, might as well buy something ultra cool rather than just being a person that goes to the movies and buying the AXG grip. The rest of us will be cultured and at the ballet with our piece of art, the Icarus Precision. And no, I don't go to the ballet, that is a complete joke, but this is something where it's really cool and there is a performance gain out there, but you have got to want this thing. And not only that, it's gonna turn your P320 into a 2-pound setup once everything is on it. So definitely very cool, but you've gotta really want the thing to go after it. That is what I've got for you all today. I hope you guys liked seeing and learning a little bit about the Icarus Precision grip, and a huge thank you to Antonio, one of my Patreons. He actually sent this and the gas pedal in. And a huge thank you to HCM Holsters for sending in the very slick holster right here so I could actually run this thing and carry it out there on the range, not in my cargo pocket. So thank you to both of you guys for helping out. If you guys are interested in anything you saw here, I'll leave links over at the build list for you. Make sure you get subbed up, get belled up, turn those notification icons right down there on that bell all on so you get the notifications when the videos come out. If you're interested in supporting the channel anyway, you can check out the gear at Shall Not Comply. That link's down below. Check out the Patreon, and the P.O. box is listed down there as well. You guys get out there on the range and have some fun. Remember, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I will see you guys on the next one.